Everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I want to talk about, is Executor now the definitive best starting GL fleet? So let's jump into it. As we all know, the Punishing One is now here, and it is changing up the meta. Because of a few things, I do believe Executor is now the definitive best starting fleet. Not only because right now Executor just hard counters Profundity, and it's now a tier above the Profundity. The Executor is also newer player friendly, also more free to play friendly. Additionally, if the Profundity did get a lifter, I do think the Executor still would be the better starting GL ship, and I don't think that's going to change for a few different reasons. So let's talk real quick about the Executor fleet. So the Executor fleet right now is just better than Profundity. It's better on defense. The mirrors are a nightmare. It's just overall just the better of the two fleets. What can you do with Profundity right now? You can still put it on defense. So if, let's say you both have Executors and Profundities, and you can mirror Profundities, you can put Profundities on defense. Profundities still can beat the Leviathan, so it still has its use, but the Executor just hard counters Profundity, and the Executor can beat Profundities, the Profundities can't beat Executor, and that's a huge deal. But that's not why I'm saying the Executor is the better starting ship, because people may say, well, Captain Amazing, you're saying Executor's always going to be the better ship, but what if Profundity gets a lifter? And I'll say, unless they make that lifter just tiers above what the Profundity is with the Punishing One, which I doubt they'll do. What I'm saying is, what people are thinking the Profundity will be lifted with is Luthen's ship, more than likely. Like, if I was a gambling man, I would put my money down on Luthen being the pilot to the next ship that is going to lift the Profundity. But if you think about it, Luthen is a conquest character, so if someone has to farm their first GL ship to get the lifter, you have to farm a conquest character that was just released and is not even improving grounds and won't be improving grounds for a while. So that is a big deal. So even if the Profundity gets its lifter, it's on par or even slightly better than Executor. As long as they can beat each other, then Executor will be the better starting ship, and it will always be the better starting GL ship, because the Executor's lifter comes pre-packaged in the deal. Like, we're just gonna have to farm the ship in whatever node, because it's just a marquee. You're just gonna be able to farm it. But also, like, if you look at these ships, Dengar comes as a requirement to the Executor. Relic 5 Dengar right here. So if you have the Executor, you just have to farm the ship. It's just going to be an unaccelerated node, and you get the Punishing One. Where if we have Profundity, more than likely we are going to have to farm a conquest character to get its lifter, and then we have to get whatever method that ship lifter is. And that's if Luthen is the lifter. If they just come out of, you know, left field a lifter for Profundity and it's some random ship, then yeah, maybe it'll be on par again. But more than likely that lifter is going to be Luthen and his ship, because it's an amazing ship. We all want it, and I think it'll sell. So I do think Executor now is the defined better first starting GL ship. And I always thought that anyways, because it flows pretty well with C. It comes with Imperial Troopers, pretty much with Piet, and then you can get 2 assault battles with it, which I thought was really good. It has no R9 requirements. I just think overall it's just the better of the two for starting for new players. I'm sorry for those who farmed Profundity first, that's just how it is. Also, bonus little thing I wanted to talk about here. I wanted to talk about this deal. It's actually only on mobile, so I can't show it here. But here, let's pull up my phone here so I can get the name of it. The Relic Ascension Pack. So I wanted to talk about the Relic Ascension Pack here. So the Relic Ascension Pack is the same as pretty much the Cargo Relic Ascension Pack, which was the $10 pack that we got on Mondays. And it came with slicing materials, signal data, it came with some relic materials, 100 crystals, and a lot of players bought this pack on Mondays. I even told players I'm going to start kind of like dolphining, and I was going to buy the Cairo Tech packs, the $7 ones, 2 of them, and the Cargo pack, which it comes every Monday, and it helps accelerate with relic materials, signal data, etc. But this pack now is now worth less. So it's the same cost, $10. You just have to buy multiple tiers. And if you buy multiple tiers, then you get a comparable price. But there's one caveat to that. It doesn't come with the energy. It doesn't come with Cantina energy. It doesn't come with normal energy. So you're paying the same price for less rewards. The other stuff, there's like one less or maybe one more on them, but it's pretty even. But overall, it's not worth as much because you don't get that energy. You don't get Cantina energy, normal energy, which means less signal data, less Chirotech overall. And I think that's a price I'm not willing to pay, because I do think the pack overall worth $10 is something that's worth purchasing. I'm just not going to purchase it because I'm not going to encourage CG to have me spend money to get less rewards. I get there's the price point of having the option to stop earlier and get a less rewards for like $2 or $5, but I'm not going to reward them with my money or put my money for a pack that is less than what I would have got without it. And I think the only way to stop CG or game developers from changing things that you don't want in the game is to vote with your wallet. And I truly do believe that. So even though I've committed to buying those $10 packs every Monday, I'm not going to buy this one because I'm going to vote with my wallet, and I'm going to say that I'm not going to spend the same price, $10, for less rewards. There's 2 things I don't spend or I don't pay money for in mobile gaming. One, gamble packs. Like, I'm not going to buy a gamble pack if something is here that says, you know, you spend your, like this is a gamble pack right here actually, where you can have 25 or 50 for this. It's still a decent deal. I just don't buy it because I don't believe in gamble packs. If I'm going to spend money, resources, I'm not going to do that and have a chance of it being good or a chance of it being bad. So I'm just not, I don't buy gamble packs. The only ones I do buy are the 500 crystal ones, and that's because even if I get the lowest tier, I'm still happy with it overall, because that's like the average of it is fine. But in general, I'm not going to spend money to gamble on packs. And then 2, I'm not going to buy packs that are pretty much the same as what I purchased before, but with less rewards. So I'm not going to reward CG with them testing out to see if we're going to spend less money for the same money for less rewards. I'm not going to do it. And I do think they're not trying to give us less rewards. Maybe that's a test as well. But I think they're trying to see, can they capture people at like the $2 price point, at the $5 price point? Like how can they maximize the prices here to catch everyone who has different price points of spending? But as someone who's willing to spend $10 overall, I'm not going to pay additional money just so that players can have a lower price point of entry. I don't think that's worth it, and I'm not gonna put my money towards that. So let me know what you guys think, if you bought the Relic Ascension bundle, if you thought it was worth it. But personally, I'm not going to buy it. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to vote with my wallet on this one. And even though I would have normally bought that $10 bundle and put my money towards that, I'm just not going to do it this time. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.